Welcome, everybody, to Astrorisa MoonTalk Radio. We're back. It is a very powerful day today. Today is the first day of spring. We are so excited for that. We were really looking forward to this time. We wanted to wait until Mercury's retrograde finished up before we came back online. Um, it is the new year for many people. We honor January and March both as the new year. And so this is for some the year of a new year, Equal. And again, it is just a new year because it is spring and we're moving into the blossoming and opening up of new things and life. So we have the solar eclipse, we've got the spring vernal equinox, and we have a new moon, all happening simultaneously today, March 20th, 2015. So that in itself is very powerful, very powerful. And though this is the new year or spring for new year for some, spring for us all, I wanted to look at the last full moon that occurred for the winter time because this was today or is today the last new moon for winter and the new moon for spring. It's just like half and half there. Just this is real dynamic, real dynamic. So I wanted to look at the March 5th, 2015. It was a micro full moon. It was a moon in Virgo. It was 14 degrees in house 3 at 1:05 p.m. And the sun had entered into Pisces at 14 degrees house 9. So I want to be in a place of reflecting and reflection right now as we are right now in a new moment with this moon time. So, what we were bringing into this period where we are now from the last full moon, which is still radiating within our collective consciousness, the proverb was the best preparation for tomorrow is to make sure today's work is superbly done. And that says it all. It says it all. So that was the last full moon's proverb of the winter months. Again, the moon was in Virgo, and that was the archetype of a Leo. And as it arrived, so just to give you a little bit of general synopsis, I'm going to read to you the forecast reading, and it was very much about the moon. It was heralding in for our collective consciousness, and now a time for us to really organize in some fashion, in some kind of way, and also look at achieving goals. And that's still taking place right now because that was only 2 weeks ago. So we're still feeding off of that energy. However, because we have moved into 29 degrees Pisces right now, and we're right on the cusp of Aries, which at this late point in the day we would now be moved into 0 degrees Aries, then we're like really finishing up some things and we're really feeling eager to push forward. But we've got a whole lot of other kind of energies going on out there, so it can be somewhat combustible right now. So going back to the previous March 5th moon time, the sun was in Pisces, and there wasn't a lot of hurriedness. If you think back, it was more of us really being more thoughtful and thinking about, okay, I've got deadlines to meet, I have things I have to do. But it was a somewhat easygoing energy. It was almost like the reverse. It was a full moon, but it was more like a new moon in the sense that we were like planting seeds. When you're planting those seeds, you can't rush that. It's a methodical process, and then it has to settle and germinate and then produce. So the last moon of March 5th was like a new moon, and this new moon has more of a full moon flavor. It's more of let's move, let's go. It has a little more heat to it. This is very interesting how it's all kind of flip flopped and how I'm seeing it play itself out. So it was a bit where we were relaxed a little bit. We were taking our time. We were moving through things. And it's still, and it says that, we need to really kind of stay focused and move through the weeks, at least 3 weeks from March the 5th in a more methodical way. And so we're now 2 weeks in, so we have one more week to go where we really have to don't push the envelope too much. Just really pay attention. It's really about paying attention. The energies of Oshun, that Venus energy, was vibrating very strongly at that time. It was very present, and it was offering our collective consciousness, an ability to really delve into truth. Very interesting because the whole concept of truth is still playing itself out even with this moon time. But with this current moon time, we're looking at truth within. We're looking at our own truth and what is truth for us and about us, and really, really reflecting on, again, that self-worth kind of thing, but on a different level. It's all about self-worth, but self-truth, really being honest with ourselves. And that started, the seed was planted with the full moon, and so now it's playing again itself out. So with that Venus energy, uh, and so we're looking more kind of like a Libra kind of energy. It really deals with the truth that matters and the truth of things. Um, because the Virgo Alegba energy or moon time was carrying again that Venus energy. And so that was saying some people were wanting to not only deal with what is true about me, or what is true more about what's not so much about me, but more true, what is true about what's going on around me, and what is true about the interactions I'm having with others. That's what was going on then. People were really wanting to create something really nice, something beautiful, really kind of clean up. Whenever you have that Virgo energy there, you're gonna be compelled to clean something up and straighten it out, make it more palatable, and all. So that was going on a lot. Now, with the Alegba energy that was playing strong during that moon time, that affected those that are carrying that third house. So you had like your siblings and your children, and even people who were subordinate to others, such as co-workers, or I would say employees. So if you would look back to March 5th, people then were pretty much really kind of beginning to feel the urge of spring coming, but they had a lot of that mercurial energy going on too. So they were feeling kind of like, I want to do my own thing. And so people that were in authority, such as parents or older siblings or employers, were having to contend with contentious behaviors of people not really wanting to follow through or follow directions, and that kind of thing, being somewhat uh, not well combative, if we want to use that word. The combativeness is built more towards this moon than it was more just being stubborn, I would say. So it was very much about that. um, Now, interesting, one of the messages for the past moon was talking about that during that moon time of March 5th, moving into the next 2 to 3 weeks, which we are in right now. Some people, will be working with people who were not committed and or not committed to whatever it is that they're working with as a project, and or they're continuously rejecting what is being offered to them. So we really want to pay attention to that. And this was the time to really evaluate, is it better to just let people go on their own path? You keep beating them over the head about how to do things or what they need to do. Maybe this is a time to just step back and let them find out for themselves what's best for them. And that's still, again, playing itself out as we move into this moon time now. And I mention that because with this moon time, And with all the positions of the planets, and we're having like really strong energies right now, people can be, now we move into the combative stage. Before it was the stubbornness, and now we move more into the combative stage. And that again picked up about 8 to 10 days prior to the 20th. So you'll be seeing, if you look back, you'll see where that may have played itself out for you if you're dealing with groups of people. And so, this is a time when we want to become more just easygoing, laid back, gentle about it. We don't need to feed into the combustible energies. This is a great day for the next at least 3 days. So we're talking about the 20th through the 23rd to do some type of ceremony, just go into some type of form of ritual. And ritual can be anything that you need to do to awaken your senses, to awaken your consciousness, to awaken your awareness. It can be anything. So, this is a really good time to do that and not feed into any type of really fiery energies that are going on right now, which they are building. Remember that March 11th, we Uranus and Pluto hit the seventh square. So that has also led to a lot of charged up energies that we're dealing with right now. And if we're not aware of that, then we just are, reacting or responding to what's going on in the ethers, and we're not really tapping in. So this is a good time to really be aware that that's happening and to tap in and harness that kind of energy and either pull back, make yourself unavailable if you need to. If you have a hard time controlling your temper, just make yourself unavailable right now and really focus and concentrate on what you need to do to move forward for the following months that are coming up. Because this is really a time for you to settle down, settle in, hunker down, and deal with you and see where you want to go. That's what this moon time is about. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that there's a whole lot of other energies going on out there that we can get involved in that we really don't need to be involved in because it's a distraction. And this is a perfect time to not be distracted, to move yourself away from any type of distraction, and to really focus on where you want to be, what it is that you need to do. I talk about in the forecast how people's plates are just full. Everybody has so many things to do. You may have to trim the fat somewhere. I also talk about, I give a pataki with this moon time about why sacrifice or Ebo won't manifest on the same day. And you can definitely see that if you sign up and get it. But I mention that because it talks about the contentions that this moon time has surrounding it. But it's our job again to recognize that and not play into it. This is a really good moon time to really challenge yourself if you're fearful or you're kind of shy, you feel uncomfortable about doing something that you need to do. Just challenge yourself to move forward and do it because you really need to uh, overcome some of those challenges, particularly if you need to be able to do certain things or acquire a certain skill or demonstrate a certain skill and you just feel uncomfortable doing it and you need to do it. This is a great moon time because you're feeling that energy of I gotta move forward, I gotta do it, I gotta do it. This is a great time to challenge yourself. It takes time. You can't do anything. You can't break a mold, or you can't break an old habit overnight. They say it takes 15 to 30 days to break a habit. Each person is different, but at least you can start. And there's certain moon time energies that will afford us the push to start to do something. And that's how you can work with this and any other moon time. When it's laid back and gentle, you're not really going to challenge yourself. Most people won't. There's always a handful that are totally different. But when it has a fire to it, Instead of falling into a space of feeling real aggressive and energized and argumentative, instead of doing that, take that fire and work on you. See where you want to go, see what you want to do. So we can really use this long time to really pinpoint something about ourselves that we want to change, we want to improve. Uh, a lot of you are feeling compelled to make those changes. You're really feeling compelled to do that. And it is because, again, of this more time. This is really about us learning more deeply who we are, what our value is, what we need, as opposed to so much as what we want. And then making a conscious effort to move forward and doing something about it. So, happy springtime. I'm just so excited this spring. I'm really glad that we are here once again, another year to reflect, to talk, to see what's going on under the moon. And I will see you again, hopefully, when the moon is full. Take care.